Welcome to this week's EFT video and thank you for tuning in. I've decided to do an astrology-based astrological EFT sequence this week. So we're coming to the end of October and we've got a couple of planets currently in retrograde and between sort of October, November through to January, February, we will have quite a few more joining them. So there is a lot going on with the planetary energy at the moment. So we've got either in retrograde or moving into retrograde over those few months. We've got Mars, Saturn, Chiron, Mercury, Jupiter and Uranus. I think that's got them all. So while all of these planets will have their own specific impact because they all have different associations and different meanings and different energies, in the sense of as a group being in retrograde, they will have both collective and individual influences and impacts on us. And a lot of that is around allowing in transformation. This retrograde period is really inviting us to reflect. It may bring truths to the surface. It may seem like we're hitting obstacles or challenges. And that is really us being invited to reevaluate what we really want and how we're going about things. And so that can often be tricky because we prefer to be in our comfort zones and we will choose what seems the most straightforward and easy path, but it may not be the path that we're meant to be on. And so retrogrades are really an opportunity for us, especially with so many planets in retrograde, is really an opportunity for us to see ways through or see different paths through things that maybe we've been putting off confronting or changing. And maybe we need to rethink how we go about things, what and who we actually really want in our lives. And all of those things can be challenging. They may be things that we avoid at times, but facing them can actually be life-changing. So there's so much myth about, myth's not the right word, there's a perception that retrogrades always have to be negative, I guess would be the way to say it. But as always, planetary energy can be used to serve you, and it's just about looking at it, being aware of it, and seeing how it can be used to our highest benefit, because astrology is a reflection of us. It is not the boss of us. So in this tapping session, I just thought I'd do a little bit around accepting change, and sort of an invite to the universe and our guides to how we can best help us best use this energy to serve us. So as always, we start on the side of the hand. So even though, and just repeat after me and tap where I tap. Even though it feels like there's lots of shifting energy occurring right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it feels like I'm being asked to possibly end things and face things that I don't understand or I've been avoiding, I deeply and completely love, and accept myself. Even though I'm being asked to go inwards and reflect and reframe, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. There's some overwhelming collective energy right now. There's lots of planets in retrograde. Feels like the universe is asking me to do things I'm not ready to do. The idea of change, especially life-changing change, is scary. It feels scary to shift and reframe old perspectives. I'm being asked to enter a new consciousness. I'm being asked to face truths that may be unearthed, or things that I may have been avoiding, and that feels scary and unsettling. Change can feel really scary. I prefer my comfort zone. I prefer what seems straightforward. I prefer what seems to be the easier path. Sometimes I don't like it when the truth of a situation forces me to rethink my perspective. This can feel really heavy in my body. Feels really uncomfortable. Feels like the universe is forcing me to do it before I'm ready. And when the universe is asking me to reflect and reevaluate, it feels like I'm taking a step backwards. Reflection and introspection, self-awareness, as much as it helps me grow, it's not always comfortable. Being asked to step forward and make changes that deep down I know need to be made doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel safe in my mind, doesn't feel safe in my body, doesn't feel safe in my spirit. It can feel really heavy. Universal changes. This feeling that I'm in a big period of change. Sometimes feeling like it's beyond my control. That maybe I'm not ready for it. Potential change. New ideas. New ways of doing things. Am I ready for it? Am I ready to release whatever's stopping me from making change? Do I have the understanding and the knowledge to move on the new ideas that come into my consciousness. All this retrograde energy can feel like a step backward. Pausing can sometimes feel like a step backward. Accepting that I may need to change the idea I had in my head of how things would go can all feel like a step backward. So I'll just pause here to take a deep breath. Move into our next round. The world continues to move. The planets continue to move. And I'm being asked to clear away the noise and the space and anything unnecessary that doesn't serve me right now. So I ask my guides to help me tap into this planetary energy, to see retrograde as a positive, not as a negative, to help me welcome in new perspectives and change that benefits me. I honor my ego and my mind and body for doing what it felt it needed to protect me until now, by not letting me face this change because it was just trying to protect me. But I'll let my ego know now that it no longer needs to do that. I am safe now to embrace any changes that I need to. Safe to welcome in space for emotion to move through me and release where it needs to. Safe to open up space for reflection. I'm safe to go into my inner world and review my perspectives, to review and reflect on how I'm doing things, the things I want in my life, the people I want in my life, and allow space for movement. I can do this in small ways, whether it's just inviting quiet space into my day, a few minutes of extra breathing before I get out of bed, or just being a few extra minutes of being still and awake before I go to sleep. To take a pause and know that it's safe to slow down, and that slowing down will actually help me speed up in life. To slow down and give space for this journey of change and transformation. I choose to believe that all of this is safe and possible for me, and that if I need to let go of anything, now it is a safe time for me to do so, and that I will have the awareness and the knowledge that I need to do so in the way that serves me with the most benefit and in the highest possible way. I choose to use this retrograde period to do all of this and face what I need to face. To not be afraid of any truths or anything that I've been avoiding. I now clear away the unnecessary. And I choose to release it from my mind, body, and spirit. To clear away what doesn't serve me and embrace this retrograde period and all that beautiful cosmic energy. Just taking another deep breath in. So I hope you found this sequence helpful and insightful and enjoyable. As always, if anything came up for you then, any sensations, intensities in your body, or any new thoughts or new worries or challenges or anything like that, feel free to either try tapping on those specific things yourself, or please reach out for a one-to-one video to be recorded for you, or a one-to-one in-person session or via Zoom. And I always love your feedback, so reach out to me on any of my socials, or drop any comments or questions below. So until we tap again, take care.